Hello everyone, I'm Joy Rachel, and today I am just broadcasting a message that is wanting to come through. I know some aspects of the message that is wanting to come through, but I'm just going to allow it to come through. For the last couple of days, I have been feeling, especially like yesterday, I've been feeling a lot of more energy in my space, and I've seen Joan of Arc and like basically like her army of helpers like surrounding me yesterday. And then last night before I went to sleep, I had a bunch of dragons, a bunch more dragons come in. Um, more specifically, the red dragons. The red dragons have a lot to do with protection energy, and I'm getting like 20 of them are surrounding me, and I have Joan of Arc, and so I've been sitting here all morning, just kind of been like, okay, like what does this mean? Like, is something happening on a collective, global, universal scale that I am being like reinforced with, I guess, like more warriors and more protection energies. And what's coming through is that there's something really big that's happening on a universal scale. So when I say universal, I mean like in the galaxy, like not on Earth, but like out in the galaxy. There's something that's happening. And it does have to do with planet Earth as well. And what's happening here on planet Earth right now with the COVID, with the dark forces, all of the things that some people aren't talking about. If you'd like more information on that, then I'm going to refer you to Elizabeth April's YouTube video on it that I watched yesterday as well. And so I'm just kind of like asking, like, what is the message? Like, why, what is the urgency of me coming and explaining this, what's been happening like with me to you as a community, right? I'm just gonna take a sip of water. I'm just gonna allow it to come through. So many of you may have felt a more like intense energy. Oh no, my computer froze. There we go. A more intense energy that and placing more protections around you as well. If you haven't felt it, that's okay too. And so basically it's like what's happening is we're like preparing for battle. We're preparing for what we came here to do. as we step up into our soul purpose mission to be brighter, to be like the brightest light that we can be, right? That can place more eyes on you, more eyes on you and your work, right? And so, especially with everyone who's feeling called to rise up now and spread your message and like do more. And for me personally, it's been a lot about me like reclaiming all of my power and being the true magnificent, like potent as fuck power that I am, as the infinite being that I am outside of my body, but that I have access to right now, right, to use on the planet. And like I have this really huge fucking mission to do, and it came to light last week too that I have a whole bunch of like invisible like galactic star beings that are around me all the time too, as well as like what I call my horde of galactic star beings who are basically kind of like waiting to be match made, yeah, with other people that like they're supposed to be working with to bring new information, bring new, like I guess you want to call it like light codes or whatever, like down onto the planet now, new messages, new levels of consciousness onto the planet now. But like I was saying, it's like I feel like this quickening that's happening, and it's becoming like more intense. Like I don't feel it personally intense myself, but I feel and I see all of these beings around me that normally aren't like so like close, like so like I guess like in my personal space that are around me. And so it's just to bring to light that especially during these trying times, it's important to practice spiritual like protection, but it's also important to like for me, like I'm a channeler, like if you're like a channeler, you're like a healer, a psychic medium, intuitive or whatever, and you're like, or you like do like remote viewing, astral traveling, like all those things, or you're like going to like talk to like other beings, or like you're wanting to talk to a particular like somebody, you're wanting a message to be channeled through, it's really really important to set really strong intentions and have like and do it at in a really high like energy frequency, and not from like a lower energy frequency, which would be like, oh, like I really want to hear this message from this person. I'm just gonna say it, like Arakawa, like she passed away like 10 days ago, 8 days ago, something like that. And so a lot of us as a collective who are in her spirit are feeling that. A lot of people are like wanting to connect with her, sitting down and like wanting to like channel messages through her and stuff. And what's coming through is to do it from a higher state of consciousness, do it from a higher vibrational frequency, and not from the like, I'm really sad, I really want a message from her. And so you get down and you get your pen and then you start writing. Because when we do that from a lower energy vibration, I'm just going to say, you can invite in different entities. You can invite in the lower entities to your being, to your energetic field, right? You're doing it like unknowingly, but you're also like doing it as in like your free will, like, right? You know, like planet Earth is all about, you know, like free will, like you can choose to do this, you can choose this, You can choose to be light, you can choose to be dark, you can choose lower, you can choose higher, whatever. But it's really asking you to really like be aware of your energetic state, your vibrational state of when it is that you're accessing the information, whether you're channeling, going into channel like Ari Kala or not, or you're going into channel like someone else, or like you're doing your spiritual work and you're working with clients, right? So like really making sure that your energy is higher, is at this higher vibration, and that you are setting like these really strong energetic intentions out into the universe and with your spirit team. And if you're working with clients, with their spirit teams as well, right? Because you're not wanting to bring in the lower energies by mistake, like by accident. And that's something that happens. That's something that does happen. And a lot of people aren't even aware that that's happening. That's like, that's what's been like going on with them, or that's affecting their energy or whatever. And yeah, that's like one of the main important things of this message, is just to set really strong intentions for when you're doing your spiritual work, when you're connecting with other beings, when you're traveling. Maybe if you're doing any sort of like astral traveling, you know, like, so a lot of us do it consciously, like we go to sleep at night and we're like, yeah, I would like to astral travel tonight, blah, blah, blah. Some of us, a lot of you aren't aware that you're doing that, but it's like you're doing it anyway. And so it's really important to also kind of like set those strong containers as to what it is you're allowing to come in, who's like going with you, and a bunch of things like that. And what else? Just to make sure you're protected, but also to not like stress out about it, not go into like a state of like anxiety of like, oh my god, I'm not protected, ah, fuck. What type of energy is that? It's lower energy. So it's really asking us to be really aware of our energy right now, especially I'm getting the next like couple of weeks, next couple of months, like as we move forward in time. Like there's so many things happening on a global scale, and like I said, like on a universal scale that's happening. And your importance and your mission and your message is important, even if you have no idea what the fuck it is right now. It's important. Like you being here on the planet right now is important. If you would like some assistance with that, reach out to me. I have a program coming out, and I also have one-on-one work with me as well, depending on what it is that you're specifically wanting, what your needs are, how far you are on your journey, etc. Like that. Just send me a private message, and yeah, we'll get back to you. And what else? Okay, am I gonna do this? Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna set up my recorder so I can record this separate as well. I'm gonna do a Inner Earth Enchantment. An Inner Earth Enchantment is vocal technology that I channel through my parallel life self, Annabelle. She's on my banner. She's on a lot of my images and stuff that I have. She is an Inner Earth citizen, an Inner Earth person, and then I have a lot of spiritual helpers that are on my spiritual entourage who help me with a variety of things to like help get the vocal technology like just right, like for you. And so right now I'm just being asked I'm going to set this intention for this inner earth enchantment to just add a layer of protection. It'll add a layer of protection around you, the listener, and the more that you like listen to it, just have it like playing in the background as well, is it helps the area that you're in. Whenever you listen to any inner earth enchantment that I do, it's like healing your area, right? And that's essentially what we're wanting to do right now is we're wanting to put more protection on the light workers, the light warriors, whatever the heck that you identify with. Basically, you're on the side of light. You're not on the side of dark, which is the bad side, the dark side, whatever. You're on the side of good and light, and so we're wanting to put more layers of protection around you, around the area that you are in, and that's what this is going to do. So I'm just going to take a sip of water, and then I'm going to start, and it is a really high pitched sound frequency, vocal sound toning that I do, and so just be forewarned, it's really loud, so just so it's not like a shock to your body. How these work is you need to listen to them audibly. If you're wanting to listen to it like, you can listen to it like really loud. You can even like put like a headset or whatever like next to your body, because it works with the water in your body as well. And all right, just gonna be silent for a little bit, just as I really like set the intention for this as well. All right, and so for inner earth enchantments, to do any grounding or anything after you listen to it, not watch it. And if you place a like fire emoji down in below in the comments too, then I can also send you just the vocal recording of it as well. So for this to like really like kind of like ground in and like get all around you for protection is to listen to it 3 times in a row if you can. So it's only like the whole thing I recorded with my explanation prior to it was about like 5 minutes. So that's 15 minutes of your time just listening to it on repeat 3 times in a row, if you can, for like 3 days, just to really like put it around you. And you can listen to it every day. It has like guided by you, by yourself as well. Yes, that's it. Yeah, they don't really want to say too much about that. They just want to make sure that everyone has their protections, I guess, in order. And maybe if you've been feeling a little bit out of funk, a little bit like feeling like the swirl of like energy around you, that it could be possibly your team gearing up for battle. You probably have Joan of Arc with her army around you as well. And because, she's a multidimensional being, she can be many places at one time. And this is just like an extra added layer. It's being like explained to me that it's kind of like an extra like physical layer because it comes from inner earth, and so it has some sort of different like protection layer entanglement thing on it. Yeah, maybe I'll dig further into that and do some more research on that. Yes, and if you're wanting to step further into your soul mission, into your magical gifts, like if you have different types of technology in your human body, that's for your human mission, then connect with me, send me a DM, and we can see how we can work together. I have different ways you can work with me one-on-one, which are really high end, really high level, and I also have some DNA activation and data dropping inner earth DNA key codes coming out in August as well, and some other things. So if you're interested in what I do and how I can help you, just send me a message letting me know that like you're wanting to work with me to figure out your soul mission or whatever. So it's not just like a hey Joy, and I'm like hey type of message, because it's a lot easier to then dive into the conversation if I know what you're calling about. It's like when you call into like a call center, you're not just like, hey, this is my name, and they're like, okay, do you have a product and service with us, type of thing. Kind of like that, I guess. Thank you all for listening. I love you guys. Everyone stay safe. Everyone keep your vibes high, and